Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to welcome you back to our Butler County 4-H webinar series. I am Katie Pleskotch, the 4-H Extension Educator in Butler County, and tonight we are going to talk a little bit more in specifics about fair and Clover Kid livestock, those types of topics. Again, since I'm recording this, you'll have the opportunity to view it multiple times, so please take advantage of that. And we will answer any questions you have. Send those in by email. Feel free to call us. That contact info slide, again, is at the end of this presentation, like it was for the one in February. So we'll go ahead and get started. So in Butler County 4-H, this is the first year that we are allowing Clover Kid livestock at our fair. So I thank all of you Clover Kid parents who've been patient as we work out these details and figure things out. You can show one hog, one calf, either a bucket calf or a feeder calf, sheep, goat, rabbit, or poultry during the Butler County Fair. One thing that we did talk about between our office and Ag Society is purchasing a hog. So if your family has not purchased one yet, or you don't want to purchase one, you can certainly kind of team up with another family that has 4-H members that show pigs and show one of their hogs. Again, I apologize for those of you that may have already bought something just because we weren't sure how to handle this. But certainly an option. Please contact us either way. If you're going to show a hog, there's some specific things that I won't go into and take up time now, but want to touch base with those Clover Kid families that are going to have hogs. All livestock, again, must be under 350 pounds. If you remember from the webinar last time, I talked about that. That's just for the safety of the youth. With them being a little on the smaller side because of their age, that 350-pound maximum is all we are able to allow. That is a state policy set by the state of Nebraska 4-H office. And again, the youth will be accompanied by an older 4-H member or a parent into the ring. So this can be a aunt, uncle, parent, sibling that is over 16 and is also a 4-H member. Anybody, and this is just, again, for the safety of that youth, somebody that's in the ring, so if that calf gets loose, that there's somebody in there to kind of grab it and know what to do in that situation. We know that some of your kids have been around livestock their whole lives, but this is just something that the university requires us to have in there. It's a extra safety net just for our kids and the others that might be involved. And the Clover Kids that participate in these events will receive ribbons, and they won't participate in a class with any 4-Hers or kids of 4-H age, if you want to say. They will only participate in the class with Clover Kids. So again, we're still working through this, so I appreciate everyone being flexible, and we'll figure things out as we go. I think this is a great opportunity to get our youth involved, and look forward to seeing what livestock comes to the fair this year. Again, if you have any other questions on the specifics of Clover Kid livestock and how that works, please let us know, and we can certainly talk to you on a case-by-case basis, or if you think we need to have a face-to-face meeting before fair to kind of talk about these things in person more, we certainly can do that. The next piece I'm going to talk about is a little bit more fair specific. So it's our ID sheets, so our animal identification and fair pre-entry form. So all livestock, so 4-H livestock, Clover Kid livestock, except poultry, and rabbits are a little different as well. So poultry, you don't have to put on an ID sheet. They will be entered when you bring them to fair. So poultry is a little different. Rabbits will need to have an ear tattoo in their ear, much like a breeding heifer would. But there's an ID sheet for rabbits. So all livestock, in livestock I'm talking everything except poultry, will have to be identified somehow. So with sheep, goats, cattle, we'll have to have an ID tag. So a 4-H tag, a regular county tag, or an EID tag for state fair or exarban. So if you're a parent of a 4-H member who is eligible to show at state fair or exarban, meaning that they were 10 as of January 1, we will need to put an EID tag in their ear and pull a DNA sample. So ID sheets are filled out for all livestock. So 2 different kinds. The paper ID forms are used at the county level, and then the DNA envelopes and breeding nomination cards are used for state fair and exarban. Paper ID sheets can be found at the link below. It's about halfway down the page here. And when I get to the end, we can go out to the internet and actually show you what they look like. They are in PDF form, so you can certainly download those to your computer and fill them out before you bring them in the office if you have your tags. But we also have copies in the office that we will give you when you come in to get your tags. So either way is fine with us. If you want to print them off or if you want a copy from us, that's super fine. We'll talk about the fair pre-entry form. Fair pre-entry form is a form that we have our members fill out because the fair management software we use works best when we pre-enter items. So on the fair pre-entry form, you're going to include both your static, so your photography, your food, your clothing, etc., and your livestock entries. So a caveat to that is you're allowed to enter up to 5 non-pre-entered static items on Tuesday evening or Wednesday morning during static entry. So those first 2, that Tuesday evening and then Wednesday of fair, you can bring in 5 extra pictures or 5 other types of exhibits that were not on your pre-entry form. We don't allow any extra entries for livestock just because there's some obvious management issues with getting that into the software and ready to go. On that form, you'll list all your static entries and all your livestock entries. You do not, if you want to put down showmanship, great. That's all certainly fine, but you are automatically entered into showmanship for county fair. So even if you don't put it down, we're going to put your name on there, and if you want to scratch the day of the show, that's fine, but your name will be listed in the program under the appropriate age group. Fair pre-entry forms are mailed out mid-May, early June. They are due back on June 15th. So that's why we try to hit you with that mid-May, so you have some time to look at the fair book and then decide what you're going to write down on that sheet. Again, I'll show you on the web where those forms are, or the form from last year is, so you can look at that. But we will physically mail everyone a form coming up here rather shortly. It's kind of hard to believe that the beginning of May is just around the corner. For some of you who may be brand new or have been away from fair for a while, I just want to cover kind of the general schedule of fair and what goes on what days. Tuesday evening from, I think, 6 to 8, and then Wednesday from 8 to 12 is static entry, and then Tuesday evening is also the tractor driving contest. That happens, I believe, at 7 o'clock. Don't quote me on times. We will get exact times out to you here as soon as we can. And then Wednesday, sorry, I advanced the slide here. Wednesday, interview judging for your static entry items from 8 to 12 on Wednesday morning. That's the only time you can interview judge. For the new members and even some members who may have been around for a while, I do encourage you to interview judge. It's a good experience for you to kind of show off your project to the judge, explain what you thought about during your project, what you learned, that type of thing. I think interview judging is a valuable piece of the 4-H program, because this is where you get to show off to the judge your knowledge that they may not be able to gather through just seeing your woodworking item or your foods item. Also on Wednesday, we have livestock entry from 6 to 10. And everything in terms of livestock needs to come in that evening. The only exception to that is the Clover Kid calves, and then the 4-H member bucket calves can show up on Saturday, so the day of the cattle show. The sheep and goat check-in will be from 8 to 9 p.m. in the sheep barn. We'll weigh them and check ear tags in preparation for the show on Thursday mid-morning. So Thursday's the busy day at fair. If you'll see this, look at the schedule from here on out. Swine check-in at 7 a.m. That runs from about 7 to 9, I believe. And the horse show starts bright and early at 8 a.m. We start beef check-in and weigh-in at 8:30. So there we'll weigh the market beef, check ear tags, and then also check in our breeding heifers and check tattoos and that type of thing. So again, don't need to worry about bringing your Clover Kid calves or 4-H bucket calves to that check-in. We will assume that they are coming and you'll be in the program without having to let us know what's going on in terms of what's coming and what's not. So we'll list everything in the program, tell us if anything needs to be scratched on Saturday morning. Sheep and goat show starts at 11 in the show arena. Poultry show is at 3:30. Static awards and style show for the clothing projects will be at 6 p.m. That's on Thursday evening. Friday, we start the swine show at 8 a.m. The 4-H companion animals, so the pet show and rabbit show starts at 1 p.m. And then the static award pictures for both 4-H and open class, if we weren't able to take the 4-H ones the night before because of a conflict, those will be at 5 o'clock. Saturday, beef show is the only thing on Saturday, and that starts at 8 a.m. Sunday is round robin showmanship for our senior showmanship winners, and then the subsidy auction at 11. So again, that's a really, really super quick overview. Like I said, if you have more questions, let us know. We'll go out to the web here real quick. And I will show you where those files are on our website. So if you go to the Butler County Extension website, butler.unl.edu, and click on the Butler County 4-H button, you will come to this page, and horse ID sheets are located here. Those are due May 1 if you're going to district or state horse show, and June 1 if you are only going to compete at the Butler County Fair. So I forgot to mention that, and I apologize, but that is where this is located. Here is the pre-entry form from last year. So it's a very simple PDF. The mailed copy that you will get will have this information filled in for you. You'll have a label up here, but if you need an extra one or it gets lost, here is where you can find one to fill out. So kind of breaks it up into sections. And then last year's fair book is still up here. So when we have 2017s ready to go, which should be here pretty soon, you'll see these change, but you can certainly look in here into the different sections. Not a whole lot has changed. And then livestock deadline section, this is where you'll find your ID sheets. So again, the horses, and then the rest of the livestock species. And again, this just covers State Fair and Exarban. So June 15th for those DNA samples for sheep, goats, swine, and feeder calves. Feeder calves only can show at Exarban. That's not a State Fair class. But just so you know, that's there. Another thing is quality assurance. If you are showing livestock and are a 4-H member, you will need to complete quality assurance. You will need to go to this website. It's yqca.learngrow.io, and you'll be taken to this page. You'll sign in with your 4-H online account. So you'll need to be an active Butler County 4-H member before you can go in to complete your quality assurance. You'll sign in with your 4-H online account here, and then it will walk you through the steps to complete your certification. You will need to complete 3 lessons within this module each year to be able to show your livestock at the Butler County Fair, at State Fair, and at Exarban. So quality assurance is a requirement for all 3. I think that wraps it up. Like I said, this has been a pretty quick one again, but we'll go back to the PowerPoint so you can see the information one last time, our connecting our contact info one more time here. So here is our phone number, web address, our Facebook page, my name, my email, and then Louise Neiman, our office manager, her email address as well. And either of us would be glad to help you with any questions you have. Please do not hesitate to call us and touch base with us if you have any question or need something clarified, or if you need help getting into 4-H Online to set up your profile, edit it, anything like that. Just let us know what we can do to help, and we'll gladly help you. So I hope you all have a great day, and we look forward to talking with you soon. We will probably do another one of these at the beginning of June. So getting in on all those last minute fair questions, as fair is going to come up pretty quick, like it usually does. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.